Hello everyone, I'm Soma and today we'll be learning about Figma. So let's start the topic. So these are the topics that we will be learning in this video. So first we'll be seeing what is group, frames and artboard. Then we'll be exploring Figma interface. After getting familiar with the Figma interface, we will be learning about keyboard shortcuts. And up next we'll be learning about plugins and prototyping. So what is Figma? So Figma is a web-based graphic editing and user interface designing app. You can use it to do all kind of graphic designing work from wireframing websites, designing mobile app interface, creating posters, and everything in between. Figma is quite different from all other graphic editing tools. So let's see what is group, frames, and artboard. So group is basically helps you to combine multiple elements together as a single top level layer, and a frame in Figma is essentially a container for all of the elements, and it has its own size and it manages the constraint. And artboard, it is a specific way of working. You can simply draw a rectangle and call it an artboard, or you can make a frame and call that an artboard. So let's get familiar with the Figma interface. Getting started with the Figma is as simple as going to figma.com and clicking on sign up after entering your details. And once you are done, you will land on this page, which will look something like this. After this, you just need to click on new design file, and here you can design your file whatever you wish. You can add it here. So here you can change the name of the file. I'll write as intro to Figma, and these all are tools, and on the left panel you will see there's layers, and on the right panel you will find designs, prototype and inspect. In design you can add multiple designs to your frame and elements, and in prototype you can prototype your design, and in inspect you will get the CSS and you can directly use it in your code. So let's see these all tools that are here. So first I'll select a frame. So you can either choose these all frames or you can create one. So I'll be creating one, and then you have an option, like if you wish you can add color to your frame. So in color also there are multiple options. You can fill it with image, you can apply linear, you can apply radial, you can apply angular, you can apply diamond. So I'll be using linear. And then there is shapes, like there are different kinds of shape. I'll be using ellipse, and if you wish you can add color to this as well. And when you go, like when you scroll down, you will see there's an option like to add stroke. If you add stroke, it will look something like this. So for now I don't want to add stroke. You can download this whole file, like uh, if you want to group all these, then press Ctrl G. So you can see here that it now has a single layer, that is group 1. And if I ungroup this, so you can see there are two layers, that is frame 1, and inside that frame 1 I have ellipse. So this is how we group elements and ungroup elements. And you can download your design by clicking on export, and you can export in 4 formats, that is PNG, JPG, SVG and PDF format. So now let's see other tool, that is pen. So for using pen tool, you just need to click and then drag, and then again click and drag, and after you are done, click on done. And if you want to edit it further, just click on this, and you will get you can change the shape now as well. After you are done, click on done, and you can change the shape, and you can increase the size as well. Change the color, that means you will change the stroke, so you can add anything. You can decrease the percentage, like I kept it as 29. You can keep it as 100 or 50 or anything. So after this we have a text. So from this you can add text to your design. So for now I'll be just writing getting started with Figma. So this is how you can add text, shapes, colors, and many other effects. And if you want to add effects to your design, then you can see there is an effect option. Click on effect, and you can find there are 4 different kinds of effect. That is inner shadow, drop shadow, layer blur, and background blur. So I'll be using drop shadow. So this is how the drop shadow looks. I'll show you how inner shadow looks. This is how inner shadow looks. It will be towards inside of the ellipse. So then we have a palm tool, like the hand tool, and you can use it to move the artboard. And this is to add comment or feedback, since Figma is a real-time collaboration design app. So you can add comments, you can give feedback as well. So this was all about Figma interface, and you can click on this question mark, and you can press keyboard shortcuts, or you can rightly press Ctrl plus Shift plus question mark, and you will find many shortcuts here. So let's see few of the most important shortcuts that we frequently use in Figma. So these are the 9 keyboard shortcuts that we frequently use in Figma. So to group a selection, we use Ctrl plus G. To ungroup a selection, we use Ctrl plus Shift plus G. To duplicate selection, we use Ctrl plus D, or we can use Alt and then drag. For zoom to fit, we use Shift plus 1. For zoom to 100%, we use Shift plus 0. For bold, we use Ctrl plus V. For italics, we use Ctrl plus I. And for show or hide selection, we use Ctrl plus Shift plus H. And to lock unlock selection, we use Ctrl plus Shift plus L. So now let's see what is plugins. So Figma has many plugins, and you can use those plugins according to your need and work. So what is plugins? Plugins are basically the third-party script or application that extends the functionality of Figma. There are many features that a plugins can provide, and it makes easier for you to implement your designs. So now let's see how we can actually install plugins and use it in Figma. So just go to the main page and click on community. In community, go to plugins and search for the plugins. So for now, like I'll search for the Unsplash. I already have Unsplash. So you just have to click on install, and it will be added to your Figma account, and you can use directly from there. So the two most frequently used plugins, or the two most useful plugins, are Autoflow and Material Design Icon. So Autoflow is basically a Figma plugins that makes easy to draw or create flows, and it provides a line style to show a wide range of relationships. And material design icons are the symbols for common actions and items, and there are more than 27,000 icons available in both PNG and SGB format. So now let's see how we can use plugins in Figma. So I'll zoom my screen. I'll create one more frame and I'll just duplicate this frame by pressing Ctrl D. And to use plugins, uh, left click and select plugin. For now, I'll be using Autoflow. So to use Autoflow, you just have to press Shift and select two frames. So now you can see that the Autoflow plugin is working. And similarly, you can use other plugins as well. The material design icon, you just need to click and you will get many icons both in SGB and PNG format. And you get an option to choose the style as well. So that's all about the plugins. And there are many Figma plugins, and you can learn more about the plugins by just going to the community page and installing and using it according to your need and the purpose. So now let's see what is prototyping. Prototyping in Figma is very important topic, and Figma prototyping are live documents. When you make changes to your original design, they will be reflected directly in your prototype. So let's see how we can prototype our designs. So I'll be using a new file. I already made a design in which I used two different frames, and I'll be just showing you how to create this. First select the frame. I'll be using, you can select anything. I used iPhone 13 Pro. So and then select the text box and add here featured photos, and then increase the size. I'll keep it as 18 and just duplicate this and write today's highlight. Reduce the size, keep it as 14 and change the color to light gray. Now adjust this and after this uh, the the message and the like one. Select rectangle and place it here and change the color to light gray. And then use the material designs icons to get the icons for like, bookmark and message. drag it here and place it, and search for message, place it here, and then search for, like, you don't need to search, even you will get it directly here, and place it here. You can align it by clicking on this, and then to add this kind of slider thing, to make this kind of slider thing, as you can see it here, you just need to create, just select ellipse from here and just duplicate it and drag it, and then Control G. Then you can group this by pressing Control G, and then drag it here. Then you can use two different photos, hit this, and I'll place it here. So this is how you can create this design. And now let's see how we can do prototyping. So for doing the prototyping, go to prototype, and then you can choose from where you have to start. I want to start from this one, from first frame, and then you can see there are dots over here. So basically you can click on these dots and connect. If you want to connect with this photo, then you can connect with this photo, or if you want to connect with the next stream, you can connect it with the next stream. So after connecting, so as we have only two frames here, so it's looking easier and simpler. So now we have connected our frames. So now let's play and check. So if I click on this, so now we have connected our two frames. So if I click on this frame, then it will show me the whole picture in the full screen mode. This happens because we have connected the two frames and we have used prototyping. So that was a quite introductory video, and there's a lot more to learn about Figma, and you can learn it by exploring more and more things. So keep learning, keep exploring. Thank you.